Hey traders, Mark here. Today is Friday, March 2nd? Cannot believe that February is already over. Gang, I'm going to spend a little bit of time tonight. One, I want to go through the forex stuff, and then two, I have something I want to show you. I can't showcase it the way that I want to, and frankly, it still needs a little bit of work, but I have enough that I can show you guys just to give you an idea of what I've been doing behind the scenes over the last couple weeks. So on Wednesday's video, I talked about reversion to the mean. And anytime you have a system and you truly know the numbers, if the system is underperforming, then you should feel comfortable knowing that a winning streak is right around the corner. And if you're on a nice winning streak, you have to know that it's going to come to an end. So forex went on a streak where I believe it had 11 trades with 10 losses. Well, the strategy overall trades at around 32 to 35%. So, I mean, I'm not great at math, but 1 out of 11 is under 10%, right? Anyway, the last couple days, it's just been on fire. And I want to cover some of those trades. So here on the chart you have the euro pound, and this trade right here, you can see this buy zone is inside of the buy zone on that weekly chart on the right, this one over here. So the entry, you just have a limit order right here and you got an easy target. The New Zealand CAD. Now this trade, again, you have this buy zone right here. And you can see this zone is still valid because I never got a full body close below. So you can see it's still printing. You'd have a limit order right here. There's another winner. The dollar CAD. This one, I had my L24 inside of the zone and ran up and hit target. Actually, it was triggered right here, but it ran up and hit target. Came back, tested the entry, confirmed, and went higher. And then finally the dollar yen, which I actually had in a video a while back, but this trade has continued working very well. Anyway, guys, that puts the strategy up well over 30% year to date, and I promised you guys that we would go through the spreadsheet, but I'm having some technical difficulties and I do not know what it is. So, for whatever reason, I'm having issues getting Dropbox to work on this on my other computer. Dropbox is where my spreadsheet is stored. So, we'll have to do it another time. And now let me show you something that I'm really excited about. Okay, this looks like a bit of a mess, but let me walk you through it. So I talk about this shaded region because when I'm taking a trade, I require price to be within 2 ticks of the top of a buy zone or within 2 ticks of the bottom of a sell zone. Well, the problem was it was hard to see. So now I have the ability to change the color of the shaded region. And I can change the opacity. I can make it darker. Now, here's the other cool thing about what you're seeing on this chart. This magenta zone is actually from the 5-minute. So now I could see if I get a sell zone inside of the 5-minute zone. So the green zones are zones from the actual time frame that you're on. The magenta and let's go find a buy zone. I wouldn't think I'd have to go this far back. Right here, blue. So the blue ones are buy zones from the 5-minute. Okay. Now the other thing I had done here, guys, let's ignore the 5-minute zones. let's go to some regular zones here. Okay, so now the zones actually, this is a red zone right here. I probably need to change this magenta color because it almost looks like it's a 5-minute zone coming in, but it's not. The only zones that I see now are zones that line up with this trend indicator. And then these yellow bars, so let me walk through this real quick. So I only now see zones that line up with these bottom two trend indicators. So I only use the bottom two. The reason I have 4 on here is just because I was jacking around. These blue bars only print if I'm inside of a zone. And then, as you know, if I get a target, I require a break. Let's say I got a short target. For me to take another trade, I require a reset, and that reset means I get a close above my most recent red, and I get an opposite colored zone. So I would need to get a close above red, and then I need to get a green zone. Well, the problem is, if I'm only printing zones that are within the trend direction, I'm not going to see any green zones. So what happens is you get yellow zones. You get these yellow bars. So once I see a yellow bar and I have a break of my most recent red zone, I now know I have my reset. Okay, so you can now see I don't get any zones printing in here until right here when I have both my trend line up. So here's a trade that I would have taken, would have hit target. So now in order to take another trade, I need to have a break of my most recent green, and I need to have a yellow. So there's a break of my most recent green, and there's my yellow. Now I don't have a reset. Now I just need to wait for a new green zone, and it's not going to come because my trend changed. Okay? Here's the other thing that I'm really excited about, but I can't show you because I don't know if Ninja's down for the weekend, but I can't log into the thing. So this is not working because I can't log into it, but check this out. Strategies. Guys, this is going to control my risk. So you come in here and you type in what % of your account you want to risk per trade. You type in what your target multiple is. That's the multiple ATR. This is what I use. You have a max quantity of contracts that you're willing to trade. For me, it's 20. And you have your ATR period, which I use as 7. You come in here, you select your account. And you can see it won't let me hit enable because I'm not connected. And then you can have this set to where it exits on close. But here's what it's going to do. Now it's getting really close. But there's going to be buttons up here that say long and short. And if I click, so let's go back to this trade right here. So I already know because I have green and green. At this point, I'm green and green. So I would click the buy button, and what's going to happen is it's going to wait for a green zone. And then it's going to wait for a blue bar inside that green zone. And then it's going to fire an order 1 tick above the high. It's going to read my account balance. It's going to read the ATR, because remember the ATR tells me what my stop is. It's going to then calculate my risk and tell me how many contracts I should trade. So it's going to adjust my quantity, set my stop, and set my target. Now, if I get stopped out, it just waits for the next blue bar. If I hit target, then I need to turn it off and then I have to turn it back on once it resets. So this is again, if you can see what I'm doing here, guys, I am building the pieces that I need to go to full scale automation. Now, I can't share the automation with you guys, but I can share bits and pieces of it with you. Okay? If I shared the automation piece, I would be shooting myself in the foot, and I'm not going to do that. So that piece won't be available. But just hang with me here, guys. I'm going to get this thing super close, and guys, this is going to be incredibly powerful. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be able to do the same thing on the swing trading stuff. Now, honestly, that piece I'm more excited about because I can manage a ton of money inside of that strategy. All right, guys. How do you want to say this? Because I say it every time. I have been kicking some serious ass on the website, and I've learned a ton on how to build these things now, and actually have enjoyed it. So I had Matthias, who I know some of you know. He helped me out and taught me that using pages over post was the way to go. I got caught up using post, and it was screwing up everything that I was doing. So it's coming along very nicely. It's just a matter of time that I need more time in the day. Somehow, if I could stretch a 24-hour day to like maybe 30 hours in a day, I'd be able to get it finished. But last I knew, I don't have an indicator to do that. So I'm stuck. Anyway, gang, again, thanks for your patience. Thanks for bearing with me. And again, go to the site, get signed up, www.tradebythenumbers.com. Get signed up. It's we're not too far away now, okay? Have a good weekend, gang.